So when we came here, it was black. So because it was black, we didn't get to see no mountains, and I was happy because I would have been nervous. I'm used to driving on flat land. It's all hills and valleys. So we made it to get something to eat, and this is Taquisha, and she's a new boy. And she full, and she a newborn person too, y'all. I'm a newborn baby. Newborn baby. They can keep this until I get used to it. So hey, young world, it's Lydia, and I'm here with my daughter Quisha, and she is heading us from Hot Springs, where she lives, Arkansas, to Little Rock, Arkansas, to get us on our way back home, because we're gonna make a stop. I'm gonna share that in another video. But I wanted to come on here and show y'all this amazing view from Arkansas. I know we have a couple of content creators that live out here in this beautiful area, and looking straight ahead is mouth dropping. Look at those beautiful mountains. But what brought me up here, Taquisha was experiencing a situation where she had to undergo the knife, and that's what brought me up here, to make sure everything was well, because her and her family is all they have here. And of course, who don't want to be by their daughter's side, baby? Hey, get me on the road. I'm on my way. Don't do nothing till I get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this situation with you guys, and the next voice you'll hear will be Quisha.
Hey, y'all, world. Beautiful, beautiful Hot Springs, the sacred holy lands, the holy water, the holy air, the holy mountain. But that IUD was not so holy. I had the IUD for 5 years. I got it 6 weeks after I gave birth to my twins in 2017. And because I was vowing to not get pregnant again. So I kept it in for the 5 years that they said that I, had to keep it in. If you know anything about the Mirena, anyway, that expiration date had hit, and I went to the clinic here in Arkansas, in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and to get it removed. And if you've had the Mirena before, if you know what the Mirena is, it's removed just like it's put in. So they pull the strings out and it just boop, come right on out. That wasn't the case for me. The doctor could pull the strings, but it was not coming out. She was playing tug of war with it, and I was screaming for dear life. And that's when she was like, you need to get an ultrasound, go to an OBGYN, and they may have to surgically remove it. So that's what I did. I got a OBGYN here, and that was even a hassle, trying to get an OBGYN, because who knew that you needed a referral from your PCP to go see the OBGYN? Did you know that?
That's a regular doctor.
Not no more. There's a specialist. So anyway, I found a primary care because I am not into modern medicine. So when I came here to Arkansas, I gave my health, my wealth, my journey to the universe. But it was time that I had to get a medical device removed. I needed the medical professionals. So I did everything I had to do to get all the good help that I needed. And anyway, I went to go and see my PCP that I found, gave me a reference to one of their OBGYNs, but their appointment timing just wasn't in time enough for me. I'm like, that's way too long. I need to see somebody now. So I ended up finding my own, way to an OBGYN, and come to find out that my landmate works there. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, so my landmate works there, and I just just felt right at home, and I did everything I had to do to get my PCP to write me a referral to see them. This is my favorite part right here of the traveling.
So she said this is her favorite part of the view of traveling. You can see the salt. That's crystals?
Probably so.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, probably so. It's probably a crystal mine.
I want to just go ahead and say what a landmate is. A landmate is the mate that she lived with off grid. My daughter lives off grid.
Sort of like a neighbor, in other words, but we live on the same property.
Okay.
And because that's what we really call each other.
Landmates.
Neighbors. We call each other neighbors.
Neighbors.
But I like to use the term landmates because we all live on the same land together versus a neighborhood. So anyway, saw her there. Felt like I was at home. I knew that was the place that I needed to be. I felt in my gut that if anybody would make sure I get taken care of, she was. And I saw the doctors there. They didn't even try to pull it out again. They just was like, I'm gonna just go get you an ultrasound and have them look at it. I gotta take this off here. This is hot. Have them look at it through the ultrasound because it could be embedded in your C-section scar tissue if you got it 6 weeks after birth. Went to go and get the ultrasound, and for sure it was embedded in my C-section scar tissue, and then that's when they ordered for me to have surgery. I'm not going to get into the medical names of the procedures just to keep it understandable, but what they told me they would have to do is go inside of the vaginal canal with the scope to see if they could see it better that way and how they can assess on taking it out. And they would cut a small hole at the top of my belly button to put something to put the scope in to see more that way. Push come to shove, if they couldn't see it the way that they intend to the first time, they would have to take, or they couldn't get it from seeing it. However, so if they go in there and they see it and they can get it out, they're gonna get it out. But if they can't go in there and see how they're gonna get it out, they was talking about doing a partial hysterectomy. So that's why it was so imperative to me to have my mother and all the elders in my family by my side, because number one, this is something that having a hysterectomy seems like it's something that falls on our bloodline. We're not claiming it, but I knew there was experience in my family with it, and I just wanted them by my side. I do not trust modern medicine for these reasons. I needed them there by my side for that, and I was fearful. I was fearful of just going under anesthesia. So, all in all, they literally it ended up being them just going in there through my vaginal canal with the scope and using the tool to pull it out. So I didn't have to get cut or anything. Like, it was the least thing. I didn't even think that was possible. I just knew I was going to come out with a scar. But I didn't. And I'm very, very grateful and thankful for that, because although I don't want any more children, I don't want a medical something to be, I don't want to have to be forced into it. Like, I don't want nobody else to have to say so of how and why and when and if I can bury children again. And then your womb is the seat of your sacral chakra. So that's where all your creativity is generated. And that's where you create not only life, of humans, you create other life there as well too. So I was definitely parting my ways with it, but deep down in the inside, I knew that I was going to come the surgery at least a notch better than before I went in. Whether it was just removing the artificial hormones that was being projected into my body. I knew at least that. I didn't want to come out without my womb and have to stay in the hospital and get all these medications for how many other days they was going to have me. I didn't want to do that. And my guys knew I didn't want to do that. So they made it a way for me to come out like a newborn baby, because that's how I feel.
Like a newborn baby.
With cramps.
With cramps!
And I ain't taking my pain medicine, but I'm just thug it out. I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, because we've been through procedures before. You know, you've been through C-section.
My ears popping.
And every time you woke up from the C-section, and I can remember when she had the twins was a lot for her to carry. And the birth of them, and, you know, having to be, you know, modern medicine to get through the procedure because she couldn't naturally push them out. She had that. Well, that's what they say anyway. They say you can't naturally have a baby once you have a C-section, but that's not true. For whatever reason, they tend to tell us that. But anyway, she had the C-section, and when she wants to see me, and she grabs my face, and she kisses me on my lips, and she tells me thank you, you know, and she's the one just gave birth, and she tells me thank you. I understand what she's been through, and she know the power of someone just being there and supporting her. And I did not know how I was going to be not being here for her, but I was prepared not to be here, but I also was suffering with it as well. A lot of us, we never look like what we're going through, and I am that person because I feel like it's always somebody doing far worse than me. So when I put myself in someone else's shoes, I'm able to move forward and just get through the day and be positive and different things like that. And that's what I want everybody to be, positive. Don't necessarily weigh other people's burdens on yourself. Don't take in things that you can't control or things you can't fix. Don't try to, you know, just take it all in and ruin your whole day and it's the end of the world. I hate that people cannot jump out of their own sabotage.
You dislike it.
Huh?
You dislike it. You don't hate it.
I dislike it. I dislike it. I don't like tears. I don't like sadness. I like joyfulness and love. And if you're going through something out there, someone else is going through something far worse, find your way back. Give thanks for what you went through because it's a part of your journey and you're going to learn from it. You're going to learn from it. I've learned that I personally cannot drive to Arkansas in the dark. I personally should not drive to Arkansas in the dark. When you're heading here, it shoots you into downtown Memphis, honey, and it forces you to 45 miles an hour through traffic lights. I've never seen a highway turn from a highway to the main roads. I ain't never seen that before. And that's why we leaving in the broad daylight today, okay? By the time it get dark, we'll be in ATL, okay?
As you should.
As we should. Well, guys, I just want to tell you about my daughter's journey. That's what this video is about. The beautiful Arkansas. A lot of land is out here. I know a lot of people are moving towards getting their own land. You may want to look into Arkansas. My daughter owns...
Garden Zone 8, woo-woo.
Garden Zone what?
8.
She 8A. You 8A or 8B?
8A.
She Garden Zone 8A. She lives on 15 acres. They don't have it all the way there yet. If you listen to GG Naturals and Eco Channel, you already know living off grid takes some work.
Especially when you got 5 chaps. Ain't that what you call them?
Oh yeah, she got 5 chaps, y'all. Y'all seen them in my shorts. And those boys have got muscles now, I can tell you that. Because it's work.
They've been working.
Yeah, they've been working.
And they go to the gym. But I have a beautiful family here in Arkansas.
I have not got my piece of the plot yet, but just know my future, I will have me a tiny home there, a granny suite, okay? We coming to our first traffic light because it was 17 miles and you had to do something. You need this phone? Oh, she know where she going. All right. So I'm gonna give you guys another video. I'm well. My family is well, and I hope that you well too. Have a great rest of your day
Have a good day.
or night. I actually stole that from her, y'all. All right. Love you, young world. So we made it to get something to eat, and this is Taquisha, and she's a
And
new.
I'm full.
And she full, and she a newborn person too, y'all.
I'm a newborn baby.
Newborn baby.